What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Look, I seriously had to break free of my quarantine for a little minute because I had to go to Buffalo Wild Wings. Like, I was starving. Buffalo Wild Wings, and I was craving Buffalo Wild Wings. Like, their wings are blazing. And their French fries, even better. So, I had to go up in there, though. But I did bring my hand sanitizer because, when you touching on doors and stuff. Because they are, obviously, you can't dine in at Buffalo Wild Wings. So, they're only doing takeout orders. So, that's really what I went there for. I just went to go get some takeout because I really wanted their wings. I got my the garlic parmesan wings and the lemon pepper. Because, you could do half and half. You mix it up. So, that's what I did. And that smells so good. Like, seriously, I haven't even eaten it yet because I want to do this video real quick before I settle down to eat, because once I eat, this video probably wasn't gonna get up. So I had to do this first. So yeah, I hope all you're having a great day so far. So getting into this episode of GH, a whole lot of more mess. So Wiley obviously still has the birth defect. He has the heart problem that Michael had, that AJ had. It's a genetic thing, so it's passed down. So it was passed down to Michael, then it was passed down to Wiley. So pretty much that's what's wrong with him. So Monica told him that he has to have surgery immediately. But she can't do the surgery without Michael's sign off and without Nell's sign off. So they both have to sign. So when Nell finally gets to the hospital, whatever, of course, she's pissed at Michael, blaming Michael, going off on Sasha. I'm like, Nell, pump your brakes. Like, she's just going off and off, talking about, oh, why didn't I know about this immediately? Michael just found out about it himself. He didn't really think or have time to really call you. Like, everything's happening so quickly. When he found Wiley, he, had, heavy breathing or whatever. He had to rush to get that boy to the hospital. Like, everything's moving so fast. That's why he did not call you. Like, calm down. I wouldn't have called you either if you're going to come to the hospital acting a fool. Then she's mad because Monica suggested surgery and she feels like, no, nobody's cutting into my son. So now she's refusing to sign off on the surgery. Look, I understand where Nell is coming from. I get it. I understand. It's risky. Surgery is very risky, especially for a toddler, because they don't know if he can handle all of that. I get it. You know what I mean? But Monica would not recommend surgery if it wasn't the best option. But then again, if you're a parent, you want all your options. Like, you want to know, like, is surgery the only option? I mean, if it's the only option, Nell's not going to have a choice but to sign that paper. She's not going to have a choice because that's the only thing that could possibly save your son. Michael had the heart problem too. And I believe Michael had surgery too when he was a kid. So, he came out, pretty good. Obviously, he's here. So why wouldn't that happen for Wiley? And Monica's a cardiologist. Like, this is her field of expertise. So she would not recommend something that she didn't think was the best possible outcome. You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't the best option for her great-grandchild, she wouldn't have said it. But if there are other options, I'm pretty sure, as any parent would, you want to hear all the options before you really make a sound decision. But if surgery is really the best option, Nels just needs to get out of her own way, stop with her ego, and let this surgery take place to save your son. You know what I mean? Stop running around going crazy, blaming this one, blaming that one, and think about your child. You know what I mean? Put your ego, leave your ego and your attitude at the door, and focus on what's important, which is making the right sound decision to save your kid. That's what good parents do. Like, you know what I mean? You can't stand Michael right now and you hate him or whatever the case may be. You want to beat him in court, but this ain't about that. This is about saving your kid. So focus on that instead of running around putting blame and talking crap about everybody. Focus on your kid. So anyway, moving on from that. So Carly, of course, was not happy about Nina hiring Nell as her assistant. She was not happy about it, obviously. So she kept going on and on. Oh, Nell is this, Nell is that. And Nina was like, I know that. I know this. I know that. I know this. Like, she's just trying to, tell Carly, like, shut up for 2 seconds and let me tell you why I hired her. She didn't hire her because, she wants to work with Nell again. She knows all about Nell. She knows all about her history. She knows this. She hired her to get the drop on her because she can pay closer attention to Nell if Nell is working for her. She can monitor the situation. You know what I mean? Which could help Michael's custody case. Because think about it. If Nell thinks that Nina's on her side and she thinks that she has Nina hoodwinked, who knows what she'll say about Michael? Who knows what she'll say that can help the custody case go in Michael's favor? I understand where Nina's coming from. I think it's a hell of a plan that could potentially work. My only thing is I hope that Nina doesn't underestimate Nell. Like, don't tip your hand. You know what I mean? And Carly, of course, Carly was all for the plan. And Carly wanted to help. But I agree with Nina yet again. Carly should back off of this. Because if you get into another pissing contest with Nell, she ain't going to do nothing but bait you and you might fall for the bait. You know what I mean? Which could help her in the custody battle. I think Carly should just back off of this. Let Nina do her thing. I mean, I've read a lot of your comments about the possibility of Nell being Nina's daughter. I mean, I don't know who started that rumor because I've seen that rumor a couple times, but I haven't seen any credible spoiler that points to that. I wouldn't, for me, and I'm telling you this right now, I, for one, would not be opposed to Nina being Nell's mother. I wouldn't be opposed to it. You want to know why? I feel like them being mother-daughter has the potential for a lot of story. I think it could carry on a lot more story in the future. I think it can, especially with Wiley being Nina's grandson. You know what I mean? And we all know how Nina is. So her clashing with Carly about their grandchild, that would be some good story. I think it could be. Definitely with the custody hearing, because think about this. Nina's plan is to turn the tables on Nell, get her to slip up, say something, or do something that could, help Michael in the custody case. But what if during that time, Nina finds out that Nell is her daughter? So then that way, when the custody battle, the custody hearing pops up, Nina decides not to go through with her plan because that's her daughter and that's her grandchild. That would be a good story. I think that can definitely turn out to be a good story. Then it would set up the whole Carly versus Nina situation. Because Carly now knows that Nina and Jax are dating, so you already know Carly gonna have some jealousy towards it. You know she is. Carly, believe it or not, she still has a thing for Jax. She definitely does. She could sit there and put on that face like, oh, I'm happy with my little munchkin husband. But she know good and well she's still jonesing for Jax a little bit. I mean, when you've been married to somebody for as long as they were married for, what, 6 years? 2007 to 2013. When you've been married and you have a kid, that love does not go away, whether you're divorced or whatever. That love don't go away. Does that mean that you want that person back? Probably not. Probably not. But the love don't go away. You definitely gonna have some jealousy towards anybody that they date. Definitely. But of course, Nell, she couldn't wait to rub it in Carly's face that she gonna be working at Crimson, basically working at the hotel as well. So whenever she comes to Crimson, that means she has to be at the hotel. So she's gonna be seeing Carly all the time. Technically, you're not gonna be seeing Carly at the hotel every day because we know good and well Carly's not at that hotel every day. We know that. We see Olivia at that hotel way more than we see Carly. Come on now, let's keep it 100. We see Olivia working more than we see Carly. Be real. You know good and well. So anyway, moving on from that. Spinelli. Spinelli and Sam are getting on my nerves. I'm just saying, like, it was funny watching him try to sleuth around following the parole officer Dolores. That was hilarious to watch, but they are really pathetic. Like, that's a whole nother level to pathetic. Like, he's sitting here trying to act like he top-notch PI sleuthing, trying to follow her around, and apparently she's cozying up to the councilman or whatever, or messing around with the councilman. And of course Spinelli gets caught and gets arrested, and Dolores grabs his phone and calls Sam from Spinelli's phone. Sam and Spinelli just dumb. Just give it up. Like, Sam, give it the hell up. Why don't you? Why don't you just go Do your time like everybody else got to, and stop trying to come up with dirt just so you can see your beloved Jason. Like, just stop, because it's getting sad at this point. Like, it's funny, but it's sad. It's like, really? I mean, for me, I feel like Jason and Sam should be able to see each other for the sake of their son at the very least. I mean, they have a kid together. But it's like, you know, you do the crime, you do the time or whatever. It is what it is. You know? Get yourself on some good behavior, you know, have Diane file some type of appeal or whatever. And maybe the judge will take mercy on you. You know, maybe. Who knows? Maybe he'll, you know, lift that restriction or something to a certain degree. You know what I mean? Maybe, you know, maybe he'll compromise. But the way you're going about it is not the smart way. It's a stupid way. And just putting yourself more in trouble, because now Dolores is going to be more of a, you know, she's going to be more of a bitch to you. You know what I mean? Because you try to get some dirt on her. So she's going to go even harder at you now. That wasn't smart. So now Spinelli ass is arrested. Now that's bail money that you got to waste. And Sam should be the one paying it. So anyway, Molly's still going on and on about TJ or whatever, because now Sam done told her about how she got TJ's location or whatever. And Molly was upset because Jordan didn't tell her about it. So she pretty much begged Sam to track his phone again. So they tracked it to Jordan's house. It's only a matter of time before, you know, they probably have to tell Molly what's going on with TJ or whatever about him being kidnapped. I mean, despite her turning down his marriage proposal, I do feel like Molly should know what's going on. I think she has the right to know what's going on with TJ. In my humble opinion, I feel like she should have the right to know. I mean, you shouldn't keep something like this from her. So anyway, moving on from that. The Teflon Don Sonny is pretty much telling Jordan that she should definitely, you know, get Cyrus out of prison. Because Cyrus is protected in prison. Sonny can't really get to him in prison. But if he's on the outside, Sonny can kill him, which, you know, could end that whole war and stop the violence. But, you know, Jordan, her high horse yet again, talking about, no, I can't be a party to that. I can't look the other way and let you kill Cyrus or whatever. Technically, Sonny's not going to kill him. He's going to have him killed. That way, you're not really looking the other way, because, I mean, Cyrus has a lot of enemies, so, you know, Sonny, him and Jason ain't going to leave no evidence. You should know that. So, pretty much, you know, Jason was trying to come up with scenarios that she could tell, you know, to keep her job and to keep herself out of prison or whatever, so that way she could just make it look like, you know, there was mistakes made during the case, and she didn't know nothing about it. Basically, they want her to throw her other team members under the bus. I know some people are opposed to that idea, you know, throwing Taggart and all them under the bus, making it seem like Taggart and them framed Cyrus or whatever. I mean, I get why they would want her to do it, because they're all dead. You know what I mean? Like, they're dead. So it's easy to frame them, because they can't contradict what she's saying. They're dead. And it keeps her out of prison. So I get it. But at the same time, if I was her, I would throw the other two ones under the bus. I would leave Taggart out of it, you know, for the sake of Trina, of course. Because, you know, if Trina find out that they trying to throw her dead daddy under the bus and say that he framed somebody, you know, Trina not having that. She already don't like Curtis as it is. So that would just, you know, be throwing more flames on that fire. You don't want to do that. Or whatever the saying goes. You just don't want to do all that. But at the same time, I mean, I would throw the other two agents under the bus, say that they framed them. I mean, hell, they're dead. Why not? Like, as cold as it may sound, I mean, you know, it's an eye for an eye at this point. Because if Cyrus stays in prison, TJ's dead. If Cyrus gets out of prison, chances are he'll be dead. I mean, what other option do you have at this point? Jordan better come up with something, and come up with something quick. That's why Curtis keep telling her, let's work together. Let's all pool our resources. Let's all come up with a scenario to, you know, get us out of this mess. I'm like, exactly. Do something. Come up with something. Y'all gonna need to. What other options do you have? So anyway, moving on from that. Trina's at the art gallery with Ava, going over art and stuff. Portia she transferred over from Mercy Hospital, so now she's going to be the new doctor at GH. She got a phone call from the school basically saying, well, Trina's not at school. So she tracked her down at the gallery, of course, and she's not happy that her daughter skipped out on school. And of course, she was more pissed at Ava as usual because Ava didn't contact nobody or call or find it odd that Trina was not at school during that time. Ava was like, okay, well, Trina could have better communicated that to me or whatever about what was going on or whatever. Ava's not her mom. You know what I mean? Like, she's not going to sit there and question the girl about every little move she make. And, Trina pretty much broke it down to her mother and told her mother why she didn't want to be at school. Because, all the dirty looks that she be getting from the kids, all that gossip and chatter. She just wasn't ready to be in school right now. And Portia, I'm glad, that she understood and stuff like that. She got it. I just wish that Trina would open up to her mom a lot more. But I just feel like, to me, her and Portia obviously don't have that type of relationship. That, communication, where she could open up to her mom. Because if she could, she would have. I just feel like they don't have that type of relationship. And I totally understand where, Portia was coming from, because when your kid goes missing from school or they're not at school, of course you're going to get scared and wonder where they are, especially when your kid was recently kidnapped, and almost got shot. Of course, her anxiety is on a high right now when it comes to Trina. That's why she wants to know where she is at all times. I don't blame her. Until this whole Cyrus thing dies down, for right now, she needs to know all your whereabouts. I think, all parents should know their kids' whereabouts, even if there is no immediate danger. You know what I mean? You should know where your kid is. You remember that news? You know how you turn on the news at 10 o'clock and they got that thing that pops up? It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? See, that's why you need to know where your damn kids are. They could be out here acting a plumb fool for all you know. You know what I mean? You just need, put a tracker on their phone, do what you got to do, invade their privacy. I mean, they don't pay no rent or no mortgage, so they don't have any privacy. Their privacy is your privacy, basically. You have that right. That's what I would be doing. I felt bad for Ava, though, because you could see, when Ava was sitting there listening to Portia and Trina talk, Ava pretty much had tears in her eyes. She looked like she was about to cry. She definitely looked like she was about to shed some tears. Because her being around Trina reminds her so much of Kiki so much. You know what I mean? And then to see the mother and daughter sitting there talking, it just makes her wish that she could talk to Kiki. But she knows that that's not possible anymore. And that's what, makes her want to cry all the time and puts her in an emotional state. But that's pretty much the whole episode, I want to say. I don't think I missed anything. But hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I will see y'all all later. Have a great day. Peace.